Hi guys, I'm Hope. Welcome back to Lopey Lot Land. I have been MIA for a little while, since about probably mid-November. I'm trying to remember when the last time I posted my short was. I can't remember. I don't know. But anyway, I'm back. The reason why I was MIA was I had some other things that needed to take priority for a time. So making videos just wasn't in the cards for a little while. But I'm still here. I'm still crocheting. Since you've seen me last, we had Christmas, and that was fun and festive, and I did lots of decluttering. I helped my daughter move out of state in the new year for her new internship, so I'm super happy and excited and proud of her. She is, we're mid-February, so she's a month and a half into that now. Also, my husband's mamaw, she was very sick, and she had been not doing well for a while, and if you remember, I made a shawl for her probably not this past Christmas, the Christmas before. I made her a shawl, and I shared it on this channel, but she ended up, she passed on February 4th, and we laid her to rest on Valentine's Day, so this past Saturday. So that has been a difficult journey, and yeah, but I did want to mention that I was really, really happy that the shawl got passed along to my husband's aunt, Julie. So she's married to his Uncle Bobby. And so she has the shawl, and she wore it to the funeral, and it just made me happy to know that it went to another family member. So Aunt Julie, if you're watching, hi, hello, shout out, love you. So I think the last time I made a long form video, I was preparing for Pumpkin Fest back in October. I think it was end of October. No, might have been November. I can't remember. Anyway, it was in the fall. But Pumpkin Fest was a huge success. I had so much fun. I had some people, you know, that I knew who came by, and that was fun to see them. And it was just a very busy and fun market with a lot of fun things going on. And I sold a lot at that market. So just to give you an idea, I sold 2 ladybugs, 4 chubby chickens, 1 mermaid, 1 catacorn, 3 rainbow keychains, 2 candy corns, which that's a pattern that I will share in the future. I didn't get around to sharing it this past Halloween. 2 bees, a nugget cat, a bear, 2 bookmarks, 2 Daryl the Dinos, a small loaf cat, 5 turtles, 2 fairies. I had 2 fairies at that market, and my dragon sold. So it was a busy market. And then I had like a week. Yeah, it was like a week. Not quite 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure it was a week. To prepare for my next holiday market, which was at Brazier, which is a local school here. I think it's a magnet school, but that was a fabulous market too. It was indoors, which I really, really enjoyed. So I know that I'm going to be doing the Abiding Peace Pumpkin Fest and Brazier Market again this year. So I'm excited for those. But anyway, so my last 2 markets that I didn't do any markets in December. I didn't schedule any. I just decided not to do any, but I did scope out some that I may do this year. So, moving on to all things crochet. I have still been crocheting. Like, even though I haven't been making videos, I am still working on my craft here, okay? Because to me, it is very, I've said before, meditative. It helps keep me grounded. It keeps my brain from racing during troubled times, and, you know, especially with grief and losing a loved one. And, you know, it just helps. It's just, it's a fabulous hobby. I love it. Anyway, so some recent projects that I have been working on, around Christmas time, I did do a custom loaf dog. Actually, I did 2 loaf dogs for one of my neighbors. Her kids swam on swim team with my kids. Our kids have grown up together. She's great. They're a great family. I love them to pieces. But so I'll put a picture of the loaf dogs that I made for her. And so that sort of inspired me to go looking for other dog patterns, because up until this point I had not made any dogs. I'd made lots of different kinds of cats. Like I did the nugget cat, I did the loaf cat, and then I did a cat mystery, which I'm going to share next Christmas, because like I said, Christmas just the past couple of months have been a little crazy. So, but I'm not going to go back and share my Christmas. We'll just share those next Christmas. Anyway. So I'll put a picture of the dogs I did for her, but it also inspired me to go looking for other dog patterns. I'm like, I need to make more dogs. There's lots of dog lovers, not just cat lovers out there, right? Which I have both. I love both. So one of the patterns that I found is a puppy plush pattern. It's by Wonder Crochet. So let me show you this puppy that I made. I'm really excited about him. He looks a little bit like my pit bull, but I think I can make it more pit bull like. So this is my puppy that I made, and I used Baby Bee Snugs and Kisses in the color Teddy. It is a number 6 super bulky yarn. It's a polyester yarn, but it's really, really soft and snuggly. So this is the same type of yarn that I used on Jennifer's loaf dogs. The second one had to use faux fur, though, in addition to this in white. But anyway, I digress. So this is my puppy. Look at his paws. I think the paws are my favorite part about him. He's got a little tail in the back. But the cool thing about this pattern is that there are different variations. Let me just show you. Different variations for how you can make the dog. So you can make like big floppy ears, small floppy ears, big pointy ears, small pointy ears. Like there's different ways that you can make it, and there's 2 different snouts that you can make. In this pattern. There's different tails, like a short tail, a long tail, a curly tail. So there's different variations to this pattern. I actually bought another pattern that was a loaf dog that was supposed to have different variations and stuff like that too, but this pattern was like 150 pages long, and right in the middle of printing that pattern, my printer broke. So I don't know. I set that aside, and I will deal with that later. But so like this happened before the Brazier holiday market that my printer broke, so I couldn't print any more patterns until after Christmas, because my husband ended up buying me a new printer for Christmas. So yay, hubby, thank you so much for the new printer so that I can actually print patterns now, but like I couldn't print anything for a while. But anyway, this is Puppy Plush Crochet Pattern by Wonder Crochet. She is on Instagram, TikTok. She's got a blog, www.wondercrochet.blog. And I found this on Etsy. So she's on Etsy too. And I love this pattern. It's great. So I'll put the details below. Check out my puppy. He's so cute. Okay. So I can put that back down there. Put him over there. Okay. Also, now I brought this pattern with me, or this plush with me, to the Brazier market. It was one of the things that I made like within that week. This was one of the things that I made. He didn't sell, this is a she. I'm gonna call my pig a she. She's a flying pig. I call her my Missy Pig. And I'm gonna tell you why in just a minute. But real raggy. Where's my crochet book? Oh, I already grabbed it. Look at me all prepared. I'm prepared today. I have a list. I have my patterns right here. I'm doing okay, y'all. See, sometimes you just need to go into like hermit mode for a little bit, get your stuff together, and then when you come back, you're like a brand new person. Which, I don't know if I'm a brand new person, but look, we're doing okay. All right, so you guys have seen me. I've been working out of this book for a long time. There's the dragon that I sold. I've made this guy. I've made that one. The catacorn sold as well. But anyway, I've been working out of this book for a while. My daughter gave this book to me a couple Christmases ago. Crochet Magical Creatures by Drew Hill. Fabulous, fabulous book. This flying pig pattern came out of this book. This is probably my favorite crochet book that I have. I don't know if I've said that before, but I'm going to say it again. And I don't care. It's my favorite. Anyway. Okay, so my flying pig. She still has her little tag on her. But you can see her little wings and her little curly cute tail. Isn't she cute? And she sits up nice and pretty. Of course, usually she does. There she goes. You can't see it anyway. This, I call her my Missy Pig because, okay, so my big sister, her name is Missy, and she passed several years ago, but she loved pigs. She worked with pigs on a pig farm, and she loved pigs. So when I saw this flying pig pattern in this book, I was so excited, and of course I had to make it. So the name of the pattern is Flying Pig, but it's, for me, it's Missy's Pig. So look at her cute little sparkly eyes, her little snout. This is Hobby Lobby's. I love this yarn. It's just sparkly white for the wings, a pastel pink, and the little sparkly pink that I used for details. But anyway, so I made this guy. This gal. Also from the same book, I made, he's called Barnabas the Ogre, and I think he's adorable. Look, his face is so ugly, it's cute. Oh no, look, okay, look at his little teeth. Aren't they cute? And he looks like he's got like a frown or a grimace on his face. And he's got the sparkle eyes too. I'm trying to show you. How cute is he with his little nose, his little mouth. So this guy, I like him. When I made him, I was feeling a little grumpy, and making him with his little grumpy face was somehow therapeutic, and I just love him. Anyway, the colorway, it's Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. Y'all know I use this yarn. That's what I like. Anyway, the color is spring green, and I just think it's beautiful. I love blues and greens, so yes, that's my ogre. Set you over there. Set you over there. All right, next. Yes. Okay, so last year I ordered from Hobbie, and I had never ordered from Hobbie. And I did a review, like, of unpackaging the yarn, like I showed the yarn. I bought Halloween Universe XL from Hobbie. And I got the colorway. Where's your color, man? Standard 100. Color 02. I don't know. That's the best I can do, y'all. Anyway, it's a lightweight number 3 yarn. So, I got it back behind me. I pulled it out and I started working with it at market, and I originally thought I wanted to make a hat with it. But as I started making the hat, the texture of the yarn, I knew for me personally, it wasn't going to work in a hat. Like, it might have been really cute, but the texture of the yarn would have bothered me in a hat, like around my face and stuff. So I frogged that. And I decided, you know, I only had one skein of it. I decided that I would do like a little placemat doily instead, just so I can see how the colors work up, to see how I would, like, what kind of project I would like to use it for on a larger scale after, you know, having worked with it and seen how the colorway works up in a project that is, you know, smaller. So I grabbed one of my little handy dandy books that I have, and I used Crochet the Center to Corner Way. It's an Annie's crochet book. It's got 7 designs in it. This is one of the ones that I found at a used bookstore. And the pattern that I decided to go with was this doily. It's just a rectangle doily. So this is the pattern that I decided to use for my Hobbie Halloween Universe XL. And this is, you can't really see it. This is what it looks like. I haven't blocked it yet. Because usually what I do is I use like scrap cardboard or like styrofoam to block my projects, but I didn't have anything at the time, and I had asked my husband, I said, hey, can you keep an eye out for a box about this size at work so that I can block a crochet project and bring it home to me? He said, sure, baby, I got you. Well, instead, he bought me blocking mats, which I haven't opened yet. But I'm really excited to have them and to use them, and I no longer have to use scrap styrofoam and cardboard boxes, because my husband's awesome. But anyway, now I can block my project, but I still wanted to share what the doily looks like. So I think this is going to look really cute around Halloween time to put on my coffee table or my dinner table and put like a plant or a candle in the center of it. I just think it's going to be gorgeous. Or I might take it to market and set, like, you know, my pumpkins and stuff on there, or I don't know, something. But I think it worked up really cool. And after working with the yarn, I actually, while I don't think that I would like it in a hat, I think it would make a beautiful shawl. I've seen other people make shawls out of it before, but after working with it, I agree with that choice. I think it would make a beautiful shawl. It would make a really pretty, like, lacy scarf, I think. It could make a pretty sweater, but before I commit to that, I want to wash it first and see how it washes, because I know, like, certain yarns, for example, the Lion Brand Mandala, it's a little scratchy at first when you're working with it or when you touch it, but not like super scratchy. It's not like the Red Heart Super Saver yarn, but like there's just a little bit of scratchy texture to it. But as soon as you wash it, it is so soft. Like my shawl that I made with it, and I washed it, it's really soft. So before I say yay or nay to a sweater, I think I want to wash it first. So I will let you know. But anyway, once I finished that, I had a little bit left over, and I was like, what am I going to do with that? I don't want it to go to waste. So I grabbed another one of my little handy dandy books. This one is Learn Crochet by Susan Bates with 16 Easy Projects. This book I actually found with my mother-in-law stuff at Mama's house when we were helping them pack up to move Mama into an assisted facility. So I asked permission and was granted this book. So this book is a little bit special because it came from my mother-in-law, Cindy, and Mama. This was theirs, at least one of theirs, or both. I don't know, but it's special. Anyway, again, I digress. So with the rest of my Hobbie yarn, I decided to just make some coasters because I knew that that was really all that I would be able to make with it. And in here, there's a pattern for simple granny coaster and placemat. I did not make the placemat. I made the coasters. So it's basically just a granny square coaster. That's all it is. So they're little squares. Okay. And so around Halloween time, I will set these out. On my coffee table. So that's what I made with my Halloween Universe XL. Nothing too fancy, but it was fun to make. That's all I have to share right now. I have a couple of other small patterns that I've done, but I haven't printed them yet because I just recently got my printer fixed and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. We've had a lot going on. Yeah, so once I get those patterns, I will share those items with you because I want to make sure that I give credit where credit is due for the patterns that I make. I do have several whips that I'm working on. I started a strip blanket. Where's that book? Where did I put it? Is it in there? Oh, it's right. No, that's not it. Okay, fine. So I'm not fully prepared. I thought I was. Anyway, I've shared the book before. My husband gifted me a crochet book, not this past Christmas, the Christmas before, on making mix and match blanket strips that you attach together, like different patterns. And I shared that book when I got it, but I was like, I need to make something for me. I've been making stuff for markets. I've been making stuff for other people. So let me start on a project for myself. And so I did get one strip, and I'm almost finished with the second strip. That's what this is back here. But, oh, that's, the book is right there. Look at that. All right, hold on. I'll share it. Okay, so this is the book. Mix and Match Modern Crochet Blankets. 100 patterned and textured strips for thousands of unique throws by Esme Crick. And I've shared this book before. I'm working on my second strip, and this is a mosaic crochet. This is my first time doing mosaic. So I have done, I'm trying to remember the name. tapestry. I've done tapestry crochet in multiple projects, but this is my first time doing mosaic. So I am almost finished with the strip, but I ran out of the sage yarn for it. So yeah, and when I finish that strip, I'm gonna set this project aside, focus on other things for a while. And it's, what's cool about it is I can just do like a strip here and there, and then when it's all done, I'll put it all together. But I'm working on a project for my husband. I will share that when it's done. I pretty much finished it, but then I needed a button for it and I couldn't find my buttons. And then I went on this whole like, let me clean my craft room so I can find my buttons. My craft room is pretty clean now. I know where the buttons are. I just haven't gotten to finishing that project. So I'm making a scarf in the same colors as Mama's shawl. So I didn't want like an exact replica of her shawl. I just wanted to do like a scarf in the same colors, but I ran out of yarn for that as well. Also, I'm rethinking. I decided to use a different hook size, thinking that I would like the scarf in a tighter stitch, but I'm rethinking that. So I might frog it and start over. I don't know. But so, oh, and I'm also working on a wall hanging as a gift for somebody special. But I will share all of these projects once they are done. I normally don't have quite so many whips at once, but here we are. So, with that being said, there's a lot of wonky energy going on in the world, and it was a rough couple of months, has been a rough couple of months for us. So I thought that I would end today's video with pulling a Whispers of Love card as a sort of, I don't know, to end on a positive note and just, I don't know, share some love out in the world. Let's do that. I want to lift people up and share blessings. So I'm just shuffling them up real quick, and I will share a message. A love message. Not necessarily romantic love. It's just love. Okay. Also, it seems appropriate with us being, we're in February, even though Valentine's Day has already passed. But like I said, this is not just romantic love. So let's pull a love message. Okay, well, the card that I pulled just says, I love you. These are powerful words. So I love it. It's the most powerful words you can say to anybody. So there you have it. I love you, and I do. I love all you guys who take time out of your day to listen to me ramble on about yarn and stuffed animals and all things crochet. I appreciate you. I love you, and I hope that everyone has a blessed day. Bye.